What's good, Dokkan Ninja Turtles? We are here with Jiren's EZA. Should be a good one, I'm not gonna lie to you, but before we get into it, listen, you know I gotta do it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn on notifications where you get notified when we go live and put in more videos. Man, what are you doing? Like, you don't want to miss any more videos, you want to miss any more live streams. We got Beast Go On coming up on Global. You don't want to miss none of that at all. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. First, before we do this, I know JP is going to have a data download if I'm not mistaken. I have a maintenance. Obviously, a data download will come after that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be their new version, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. So I haven't really like checked this all that much, but it seems like you can get duplicate, like you can go for the trendy teams and copy the trendy teams. Interesting. They're kind of like throwing this in easy mode. Even more, I guess more for newbies, you can sort of say, to be like, all right, I summoned on a lot of these. I got all these awakened. Let me see about some trendy teams that maybe I have the units that I could run in to beat things and stuff like that. So I'm going to assume this might be for like beating events and stuff like that, to where you can see what most people are beating it with and blah, 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 and then try to copy and paste. I mean, for them, it makes it a little bit easier because they can finally go through and be like, this is the most trendiest, team that everybody's running. This is the most highly run unit, blah, blah, blah. They can do that with all their like Twitter stuff. So, you know, whatever on that one. Like, if you need it, you need it. If you don't, you don't. It's whatever. It's there. Universe 11 or Survival Saga Category 3 key 170. Pretty sure it was only 150 before. Oh, wait, no. Universal, yeah. So they just buffed the Universal Survival Saga. That's all it is. So they just made it up to 170 as well too. Not terrible. Universe 11, very lacking. Not gonna lie. This is Universe 11. Very, very, very limited whatsoever. To be honest, very limited. I mean, Topo still doesn't have an LR. Dispo doesn't have an LR. Pride Troopers don't have an LR at some point. So you never know, like it can fill it out a little bit more, but at the end of the day, it's still very limited of the categories. So it's kind of like you can only do so much with this one before they kind of like run out of the units, unless they want to start doing what if units or whatever, like, you know, or combining units, blah, 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 like to fill it out. We'll see what they do with it there, but you're probably not going to be just running for Universe 11, really, to be quite honest. So the 12 key greatly raises attack and defense for one turn, causes colossal damage to an enemy, and greatly lowers defense. Obviously, the status lowering is always good just because you can do it in the hard events now. So that's pretty solid, at least the ones that let you do certain things. It's pretty solid. The 18 key super attack massively raises attack and defense for one turn, causes mega colossal damage, and massively lowers defense with a high chance of stunning. The high chance of stunning is whatever on the really hard events, unless we finally get someone that lets us just stun through and stuff. It's whatever, but that massively lowers defense is very, very good. So let's get into this passive. Attack and defense 300% right off the bat. That's pretty damn high. Just to be real, that's pretty high. Reduce damage received by 30% for one turn for the character's entry turn, plus an additional attack and defense 100%, and guards all attacks when HP is 40% or more. Pretty solid there. You get that guard and also another 100% attack and defense, so up to 400 with also 30% damage reduction. That's pretty good. Like I said, you get guard, a 30% damage reduction on your first turn. The only thing that sucks about that is after that first turn, you're losing the 30% damage reduction, which he really needs to be a slot 1. I think most people are like he needs to be a slot 1 because Jiren right here as the second or third attacker in the turn, like he truly needs a lot of that stuff. So you know, people really want him to be a slot 1, and currently right now he's only slot 1 for one turn. I see, unless, like I said, I keep reading it and it changes it. But we also have plus an additional attack and defense 200% starting from the turn in which the character's HP is 40% or less from the start of the turn, or from the start of the turn when the HP is 80% or less starting from the 5th turn from the character's entry turn. So that's just an additional on top of that. When HP is 40% or more, you get the guard and attack and defense 100%. But once it drops, then you get to 200. Interesting there. I don't know if I like that trade-off all that much, but you know, interesting. I guess the goal really is to not be at that situation where you're 40% or under on your HP. So as long as you're 40% or more, you're good. But if you drop under that, real talk, you're probably getting clapped. Booty cheeks is getting clapped. Key plus 3 with each attack received up to 11%. Again, obviously playing on Universe 11. Launch an additional super attack starting from the turn in which the character receives 3 or more attacks in battle. Yeah, see, that part right there is like screaming to slot 1. As long as you're not getting super attack. Well, I guess even at that point right there, if you're getting super attack, like you still should be good with a guard, 30% damage reduction and everything, as long as the super attack falls in like the second slot, not the first slot. Because if it's the first slot, you're probably cooked. But if it's the second, right after you super attack, like again, probably like 3 times, you're probably good. I would say you're probably good. Again, this is all like speculation on you're probably good until we actually get to see the showcases and stuff like that. I'm saying from on paper currently right now, it looks like you would be probably good. But like I said, with all the very hard events and stuff like that that's happened on JP recently, you never know, especially with the stun lock and stuff like that for like Trunks. Stun lock. Ooh. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you get locked on the rotation and it's not in that first slot on that first turn, it's probably good. But if you do and the super attack is right then and there and you ain't using items, you're probably cooked. Like you definitely cooked before he super attacks. I would say like in a very hard event, especially like last stages, stuff like that. Yeah, you might honestly be cooked, to be honest. But at least he gets an additional super attack with just 3 attacks that he's received. So that's not bad. If you get attacked with 3 normals, there you go. You're good. You're cooking. But if not, on that one. I don't know why I keep saying, it's just you know what happens, basically. I don't want to say the other words and stuff like that, but you know what happens. You unalived in Dokkan. Attacks effective against all types. Forms a crit hit when the target enemy is an attack down, defense down, status, or stunned. Again, not terrible, because like I said, that for that first super attack, cool. If he's been hit 3 times, then you know the next one, since it's already attack down or defense down, pretty much both of them, or if you're going to do one or the other in an event, you're going to get the crit. So you basically are following it up with two crit, and with this Jiren, he should be doing a lot of damage. So you probably doing a crap ton of damage, to be quite honest. Like with Jiren and Jiren rotation, it's kind of a situation where it's like you kind of want to get it over with as quick as possible. Like that's what it screams to me when you're running both. I mean, both Jirens on a rotation. It's kind of like get it over with, get that fight over. Maybe not for him that much, but for the tech one, get it over with. That's what it's sort of screaming there. Disables attacked enemies action once within the turn. His key is 24. Hold up, don't he disable as well? Yeah, disables action of enemy hit for a character's attack once within the turn for 1 oh, it's only for 1 turn from the character's entry. Okay, well, even for that first turn, you can disable 2 of them, and if you somehow get lucky enough to disable 1 of the super attacks, then there you go. That's a big W. It's 2 attacks gone currently right now. And I can't remember if Topo is doing that as well too. I want to say Topo might be doing something like that as well, but if memory serves, interesting. Like I said, he's gonna have 7 links. It's going to be his best. Jiren's going to be the best linking. So I'm just going to say that right now. I think we all necessarily know that. And full power with him, it's kind of like, yeah, you know what's going to happen. At that point in time, they're literally linking up all the time. So yeah. Jiren and Jiren rotation is looking pretty daggone diabolical, if you want me to be quite honest. It's just that, like I said, his category is very limited. Again, you can still throw him on the Universal Survivor Saga, and Chef Kisses, he's going to be eating, to be quite, he's going to be eating. Super Bosses, yeah, they're eating, to be quite honest. Like, Super Bosses is eating pretty daggone good, if you want me to be real with you. Like, oh, Lord have mercy. Like, I can't wait to see the actual stats, because that's his. Sorry about that. You can't see that right now for this camera. I'm not used to having this camera where I have it currently right now. So my bad if I've been covering anything. But yeah, like you see them stats right there. Him having an extreme modifier and everything. He's got to be doing crazy amount of damage, and he should be able to tank some normal attacks. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that he should be tanking like every attack or anything like that. I don't think he's going to be able to tank every attack, but he should be able to tank most normal attacks in the game, especially after he's super attacked. And outside of this first rotation. Now, obviously, with the 30% damage reduction, or if you use a Whis or something like that, obviously you'll probably be good. But especially for the first turn, if you get super attacked with a Whis on, that's 70% damage reduction on top of everything else he's got, you'll be good. But you know, like, you could still get unalived, but in my opinion, he's definitely a top 10 LR in the game right now. I just got to see the showcase to truly rank him and see exactly where he's actually going to be. But you out there currently right now, you can rank him in the comment section below. Let me know how good you think this Jiren actually is with his EZA. I've seen some people say mid. I don't know why they're saying mid, bro. The people over here, I don't know why they're saying mid. I feel like they just running with anything at that point in time. But I personally think he's pretty solid. Like, I'm not gonna jump the gun right now and be like, oh my God, he's crazy. I'm not gonna say that, but I will say he's pretty solid on paper right now. I just need to see the showcase and see exactly what he's doing in situations, because if he's tanking like a mother effer, then his stock is rising, and that Jiren and Jiren rotation is whoa the damage output. Because first of all, the damage output, we should already know, is going to be high. It's just the defense wise for him. Like, is he going to be good defensively like that? Because if he's like that, that's a damn good rotation, bro. Not gonna lie, that's a damn good rotation. But let me know in the comment section below how you guys feel. Have an awesome day / night. Stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.